Welcome to Teapod, the online tool that helps sales professionals save time, be more productive, and sell more effectively. Teapod is the fastest way available to pull content from one or multiple AT&T Real Yellow Pages directories and share the content with your customers. This program can be helpful in a number of ways, but is excellent for working with active decision makers engaged in the buying process. It can also be very useful for getting around a gatekeeper to a decision maker and eliminating other miscellaneous delays in the selling process. Many AT&T reps in other parts of the U.S. have already been using Teapod to enhance their selling opportunity, and we're hopeful the techniques outlined in this presentation will help you do the same. In this demonstration, we will use directories that are not specific to any area in particular, in hopes that the examples will be easy enough to understand and apply to the directory area you serve. After you view this demo, we'd like to encourage you to come take advantage of the benefits of Teapod. Let's begin the demonstration. To log in, visit tearpagesondemand.com and log in the upper left corner with your email address and password. If you don't know your password, click on the Forgot Your Password link and we'll email your password to you. When a user first gets logged into Teapod, they are immediately greeted with a couple of different ways to use the program. On the left side is the directory library, which is simply an on-ramp to Teapod's sister program, RealPagesLive.com. The important difference between RealPagesLive.com and the Teapod directory library is that the AT&T companion directories are exclusively available in Teapod. You will not find the companion directories on RealPagesLive.com. The directory library and RealPagesLive.com are a great way to get into a single directory and look something up quickly. However, the main benefit of Teapod is contained in the power to perform a Tearpages study. This function performs all of the heavy lifting of pulling lots of specific information into a professional, branded resource for you to share with your customer. Tearpages studies can be compiled from a single directory or from several directories simultaneously and can pull and deliver information by heading or headings, by business name or business names, or even by phone number. The Teapod wizard is super simple and was designed so that even the most inexperienced computer user could successfully use Teapod. Content can be constructed quickly in PDF or JPEG output and delivered directly back to you and your customer or prospect, often in less than 30 seconds. Let's quickly step through compiling a typical Tearpages study. First, we will need to select the books that we want to pull the content from. As you will see, Teapod contains the entire complement of AT&T directories. This list can become more manageable by creating a favorites list, and we will walk through how to do that later in the presentation. For now, though, we will simply scroll down and select some directories from Florida. There's no limit to the amount of books a user can select, although in this case, we will pull from a reasonable amount that a customer might have an interest in: Boca Raton, Fort Lauderdale, Jupiter, and Pompano Beach. Once we have the book selected, we'll click Next at the bottom and be taken to a screen that prompts us to decide whether we want to compile the information by heading, business name, or phone number. In this example, we'll elect to perform the study by heading, although subsequent examples will demonstrate how to do studies by business name or phone number. For this example, we're going to assume that the advertiser has an interest in appearing in two somewhat related headings: landscape contractors and tree service. To retrieve the headings, we will simply put part or all of the term in the search box. For instance, if we simply enter the word land, every heading containing that word will show up in our search results. This inclusive style of search can also be helpful when suggesting other headings in a sales recommendation, because the user may see other headings they had forgotten to include that an advertiser may have an interest in learning more about. But for our purposes, we'll just select the single heading we originally came for. Then, we go back up to the search box and type in all or part of the other heading we were looking for. Again, all of the relevant headings are delivered in the search results, and we'll just take tree service. The only other thing left to decide on this screen is if you want to have the cover inserted into this study. Teapod recommends including the cover because it provides context to the person receiving the study. This box is selected by default, and we'll just leave it selected. Since those are the two headings we came for, we'll now advance to the next screen. On this screen, the first thing a user can do is elect to receive the content in something other than a PDF. A majority of the studies opt for PDFs, but if a user wants to receive pictures of the pages or just the display ads for a heading or business name, these options are available too. Next, since the user is already logged in with their own email address, they are preset to receive the results of this TPOD study in their own email, but the results can also be sent to an advertiser or prospect. Since in some cases there are multiple centers of influence in the buying decision, it can even be sent to multiple people. The user can also dictate the subject line and the message included in the email that goes along with a link to this data. It's important to note that this information is not sent as an attachment. All of the content is hosted online, so there is no concern of tying up the customer's bandwidth or overwhelming their email server. Before we go to the next slide, there are a couple of additional things that we need to decide. First, if we would like to receive all of the pages from all of the books in a single PDF, in addition to having individual links provided, we can check the brochure box. This will deliver a consolidated PDF along with all of the itemized content. Also, this TPOD study can be named for the purposes of keeping studies straight in the TPOD interface. We'll show you what that means when we complete the study, but for our purposes, we'll call this Tree and Landscape. Then hit Next. The next page basically provides an overview of what we've asked for. This is useful in the event we need to go back and add another book or another heading. It also just confirms exactly what we've asked for. Let's assume everything looks good here and hit the Finish button. We are provided a short message that lets us know to stand by for our TearPages study results, which are delivered both in email and will be contained inside the TPOD interface. If we don't want to wait for the email to come, we could simply press Start Over and return to the main TPOD page. Then, to review the study we just submitted, we would click TearPages History. From there, we could click on any of the studies we have submitted in the last 10 days. We'll look at our newest one now. When we click on the link, we are immediately transported to the results page that a customer would receive. It's laid out in an organized, branded page that allows the advertiser to review the pieces on their own terms, but keeps them focused only on the content you wish for them to see. We can view this information by individual heading, by book brochure, which includes the cover and all of the subsequent information from that book in a single PDF, or we can view a single brochure, which is a combination of all of the pages from all of the books that we requested. There's also an option for you to download all of the pages to your desktop in a zip file, which some reps have indicated is helpful. As you will see, these pages are provided in high-quality PDFs, which displays the pages very favorably. These pages can be printed, saved, or forwarded to others, and all of this can be done at a fraction of the time it takes to photocopy, fax, or otherwise cut books up to prepare prepped material. This concludes our overview of the TearPages study by heading in TPOD. There are other video modules available providing more information, but we would like to encourage you to get into the program and try this out for yourself. If you don't want to watch any more examples, but would like to try the program, feel free to call us right now and we'll walk you through the program personally. We're also very interested in hearing your thoughts and suggestions for improvements to this program. You're always free to use the contact button inside the TPOD program, or simply send us an email at info@tearpagesondemand.com. Another great way to connect to TPOD is through Facebook or LinkedIn. Please feel free to come join our user group. Just log in to either and search for TPOD Users Group. Thank you very much for your time. We hope you visit us soon to take advantage of the time-saving benefits of TPOD.